All right, awesome. So many of you came from the beginning of the from the broadcast that I just did. That was totally lit. It was totally awesome. I'll definitely be uploading that to YouTube for sure because it was really, really good. Um, I am a kingdompreneur. I am a content monetization strategist, and what that means is that if you know how to peel an onion, I can help you how to monetize that seriously, and I can do that lick it is like quick. I'm talking about like you blink, it's already monetized. That's what I know how to do. I'm a nerd, a proud nerd. I know I want to say all the tools out there, but I know many of them. And I know about many industries. My specialty obviously is faith-based businesses, but I also done corporate America for 16 years. Hated every minute of it, but I was very successful in it. So I know it. And personal development, marketing, coaching. I'm a certified business coach, certified Christian mentor. So I think I'm a little qualified to help you a little bit. And before I get started, Clint, will you mind introducing yourself real quick and tell us how awesome you are in your own words?
I help entrepreneurs and small business owners amplify their brand and attract new and higher paying clients using up-to-date marketing strategies, professional photography, and eye-catching videography. Basically, what I try to do is help your marketing and branding journey become easier. That's it. So now I'm actually, I just started going back live inside my group because, well, let me start out by saying is I am, under normal circumstances, I am not the proponent of heavy social media marketing and branding for new and emerging entrepreneurs. One of the reasons being is because if it takes a lot of time and energy to actually do it, and you're playing into the algorithm's hand. Another reason is that you don't get for all your work and hard effort, if you don't have your lead magnets and other ways to capture people's emails, you don't have any data. And marketing without data is like trying to shoot fish in the ocean and trying to, while you're on a boat and thinking you're going to get food. Every now and again you shoot enough shots, you're going to get lucky, you're going to hit a fish, but then you still got to get in the water to get the fish. So normally I'm a proponent of using your social media platforms like landing pages. They have the information that when we invite new friends or somebody finds us through a hashtag, they can look at our main page and kind of see what we're about. So this means that we shouldn't have to post 3-4 times because you're playing into the algorithm. An effective marketing strategy, which is different than a regular social media strategy for entrepreneurs, is building your platform so that it recognizes your brand, so that it it's part of your brand, and then running ads to capture new leads and then having them inside your funnel, so that now you can nurture them to go from being prospects to people that are customers. With all that being said, these are different times right now. So there are more people watching, more people tuning in. I can say now that you can adopt a heavier social media strategy where your presence is being shown. This is an opportunity for you to show yourself as a leader in the industry, a leader inside your market, influencer, I guess, someone that can influence people to be able to do the things that you want them to be able to do. Now, this is the time to be able to do that. Kat, you can let me know if I'm getting ahead of where any of them might be, because me and you talk a lot, huh?
Mm-hmm. You good, keep going.
Yeah, me and you talk a lot, and I'm gonna come back, and if there's any questions, drop them inside the chat. I'm more of a straightforward, lack of fluff type of coach. So I don't want to be saying, hey, welcome from Texas. Hey, you from Albuquerque. Hey, Keith, I see you. I don't really want to do all that. I want to deliver something, a small chunk, see if we got questions, and then really build off the questions, because at the end of the day, what I might think is basic could be revolutionary to someone else. And as content and service providers, one of the mistakes that we make, I've made a lot of time, but I'm not sure if Kat has made it, is trying to deliver what I think is best, and overshooting the customer. And if we don't have customers, we probably don't make sales. So I just wanted to give a background. So I'm more of what they call I'm more into now is direct response marketing, which is different than social media marketing, which is different than content marketing, but a lot of people aren't told that. You want to have all these different marketing strategies in your wheelhouse. The key is figuring out what percentage serves you best so that you can stop attracting low-paying and headache clients and start attracting the new and higher-paying clients, your ideal customer, that person that you love working with. They pay you what they're supposed to pay you, and you both feel appreciated at the end of the exchange. So
That's good.
That was as quick as I could make that, I think.
So
if we got any questions from there, or anybody need help, or how do you want to run this, Kat? What do you want me to do? You the leader?
Yeah. So thank you so much for that. And I appreciate that you took the time to explain who you are. I'm going to leave you unmuted. We have quite a few questions. Just so you know, Clint and I'm not patting ourselves in the back, we have been doing this for a hot minute, and we have, if not all, most of the strategies that he discussed, because we've been doing this for a minute and we're both nerds and we love all this stuff, and we stay up late at night, him with his baby and his wife at their house, me over here with my daughter talking and meetings and doing all this stuff. So I don't want you to think for a second that you have to have all of these things in place in order to make money. I'm going to give you the quick example of what I just did. A couple of weeks ago, I did the pay what you can with a very amazing strategy that, if implemented, can bring you clients really quickly. And that was they use your social media banners to get new clients. And I actually, for myself, did get new clients through it. And it was as simple as putting that program did not exist when I sold it, by the way. I created it afterwards, and I'm the queen of selling something and then putting it together and then getting paid for it after, when I'm sleeping. So I don't want you to be overwhelmed by his brilliance, because he really, all the books he has in the background, he has read many of those over and over, and then he studies them, and then he makes them easier to digest, and he puts them in, he makes a smorgasbord of that training, and then makes it digestible and easy to swallow. So don't get overwhelmed by all of that. I want to get into some of the questions, and I'm going to leave you muted, Clint, and you can jump in at any time. So the first question was, do you recommend using Bitly when sharing a new service or event? And I know that you have strong opinions about that. So I introduced them to Bitly. There's a place and a time, but what are your feelings about using Bitly? And what is Bitly before? Some people that don't know what Bitly is.
Okay, Bitly is a link shortening device. It's actually more than that, because it allows you to shorten long links, but it's actually a little bit more than that too, because it's a free tracking tool. It pretty much kind of allows you to be able to see how many people actually click on that link. Hold on one second.
Mm-hmm. I'm putting in. Hello? Hopefully you guys are checking you're checking the chat. I'm just gonna mute your so I mute you real quick. So in the chat, I'll do this. It's okay, you're muted, Clint, for now. For in the chat, I'm putting in where you can find Bitly. It is a free platform, and you know how I feel about free. If it's free, it's for me. Let me just go back to me again. You can find it at bit.ly.com. And for example, that's the website. So a link with Bitly will look like that. Okay. And let me know how many of you can see it in the chat. Okay. That is a pretty link. It's very clear. I'm very big on not sharing all my tools. So I don't want people to know what I'm using to do what. So if I did not use Bitly and that link, and actually it did not take you to where I wanted to take you. Hold on one second.
I'm back.
Yes. So, okay, awesome. So this is the link for what I was talking about. They use your social media banners to get clients. That is the link, the pretty link. You don't know where that comes from. I'm not sharing what my platforms are. But if I did not use Bitly because I was new and I didn't know any better, then the link will look like this. And it's a lot of mumble jumble to people, and it might be scary for some people, okay? And it also lets you know, if you're clever, what platform I'm using. And I don't share all my platforms because I teach that and I actually charge for that because I'm a businesswoman. If you have a business and you give your stuff for free, you're not a business owner, okay? I said it here. If it hurts,
Free without a strategy.
but it's tight. But people like to give all their stuff away, you know, like they don't charge ever. And I'm not down with that.
They don't have a business, then they have what they call as a nonprofit. You're not going to get any profit. But for me, as a marketing strategist, it allows you to capture some sort of data, especially if you're new. If you're new, you don't really know about a CRM.
Yeah.
You probably paying 70, 80, 150, 250 a month. You know, it's probably something you're not even thinking about to really be able to capture the data that you need. So when you get ready to put your money behind your marketing services, it's not a guess. And that's what people do when they hit the boost button, or they're just, you know, which is a no-no.
Yeah.
I would say, I hate to use words like never, this is a sidetrack, never use the boost button.
And that is for Facebook ads. If you don't know
Yeah.
what that is, it's for Facebook ads. Facebook loves to tell you, and they'll actually target you. And they'll tell you many times, you'll get a notification from Facebook telling you, hey, this post is doing really well. Put in $15, or we'll even get, my dad, he got a credit on his Facebook ad account saying, we'll give you $10 if you spend 15. Basically what you do is you take a lighter, you take your $15 and you burn it, and that's what you're doing. Okay. Yeah. Just basically.
But I
so
like
to answer the question,
this is what I tell people. A lot of times we're told about, oh, don't use this because it's cheap. Don't use Wix because it's cheap. And at one time when people used to be like, oh, I don't use Cash App because you're not a legitimate business. Listen, whatever tool you're using that's helping you make money, profit, not just make money, because you could make money and don't have profit. All right, but it's helping you turn a profit, use it. One of the worst things we can do is follow somebody else's version of what our success should be, what tools we should use in business to help us to not move forward. You know, because the people that want to, they don't care. They just want to know where the link comes from. Like people talk about Wix. I guarantee 90% of people now, if they look at my website, they're going to be, oh, that's a nice website. Nobody's going to be like, oh, that's the Wix website. I want something that when I feel like it, I can go change a video without having to go to somebody else. You know, and all of this is tying back into, hopefully this answers the question, what should you use? Use whatever works. If the audience that you want is like, oh man, I wanted to deal with you so bad. I really loved your product. Price was great. I know it could have helped me make awesome transformation, but that Bitly link, I just couldn't do it. That's not your customer. You know, if that comes down to the make or break of whether your customer decides to deal with you or not, you probably need to check some of your avatar.
Yeah. So the question is, the short answer is definitely it's recommendable to use Bitly, but do not let that be a deterrent to get your stuff out there. I'll give you a quick example. When I did my first virtual retreat a couple weeks, 3 or 4 weeks ago, I didn't have a name. That did not stop me from charging. That did not stop me from creating the program. That did not stop me from promoting it. That did not stop me from selling it. Now, and I think about a week after I did it, the name came to me, but the program was already done. So don't let not knowing how to do something or thinking if it's right or not, don't let that stop you. Okay, so definitely use Bitly. They are definitely best practices. You can ask my first cousin Google or YouTube and tell them I sent you. They'll help you out. Aneta has another question. Do you
Go
need
ahead,
a,
fire.
and I'd love for you to answer this one because it's a lot about marketing. Do you need a logo for branding, or can I brand with just my name?
Just short answer is no. You don't need anything for branding but your message and you and consistency. Uh, my brand is my name. I'm Clinton M. McCoy. I use Clinton M. McCoy for a reason, a few reasons I'm not going to get into, but that's my brand. The Versatiles Marketing Group falls up underneath that. Reverse Effect falls up underneath that. Passion and Purpose of Prosperity falls up underneath that. So my brand promotes versatility, being able to move in and out and not be a victim of circumstances, not being stuck in a fixed mindset or a fixed way of doing things. And to be honest with you, nobody walks into a crowded room and says, oh, there's Penny right there because I see her colors. Nobody recognizes that. I see the brown colors. That's how I know who that is. Oh, I see that symbol. People are going to recognize you for you. You don't need anything to make money but a viable service or product that solves a problem for someone else. A lot of people like to use the term pain points, but I don't like to use that. To me, it's a negative energy because it's just the same thing as solving a problem. So short answer, no, you don't need a logo. Listen, you don't need certifications. You don't need an LLC. You don't need any of that stuff to start making money. Now, when you want to start to become safe, memorable, lastable, creating predictable and passive streams of income, then we can start thinking about some of those things. But listen, it doesn't matter what your logo is. If you don't sell it, Nike is a check mark. What does that have to do with shoes? But you know it. All of those things are pseudoscience. You don't need any of those things.
But I love it. He's totally on the money. It's a great question. I can tell you that I had a $2,000 website that was making me $0.00. Okay, wasted money. Okay, wasted money. And my logo has changed so many times. I remember, I cannot believe I'm gonna say this, but I paid $250 to have someone design my business cards. I haven't printed business cards. I don't know since when. I don't need them. I don't need them. And even when I use them, then I paid somebody $10 to design business cards, and they were the best business cards in the whole wide world, and got me the most clients. So sometimes we spend so much money thinking that we have to look like the Joneses, or we have to have all all the toys that the cool kids have. You don't have to have all that. There's a question for Clinton, but I'm gonna take it because I can answer it. And when he comes, Lillian, we can ask him to go deeper on that. What is an effective example of creating a landing page across all your social media platforms that is trailblazing and keeps your audience coming back repeatedly? That's a great question, and I'm gonna give you an example, but I'm gonna explain something first. A landing page, it's a single page. It doesn't have your name, it doesn't have your picture, your about page, where you've been, where you went to school. It have none of that. It has a very specific purpose to get people to opt in, to give you their email address or buy something from you. Very specific purpose, okay? So there are landing pages to give something away, and there are landing pages to sell something, okay? That's the main thing. So you wouldn't have just one landing page, okay? I have dozens of landing pages because it all depends what I want to accomplish. So let's say that you're getting started and you have zero audience and you're just getting started and you want to build your business. So maybe your first landing page is giving something away, like a report, like a video series. I remember when I did not know anything about it, about opt-in pages, landing pages, or giving something away. This lady had a really good, she was giving something away, and I said, I want it. And so she asked me my email address in exchange. When I gave her my email address, I got these videos that she did from her phone. She had a ponytail and she was like really, really close to the camera. And I was blown away by the simplicity, but how good the content of the videos were. She didn't have a crew. She didn't have what the setup that Clint had. That was a landing page. That was just an example. So a landing page, the best are simple. They don't have to have a logo. They'll have a video. Sometimes they don't have a video. They'll have a picture. Sometimes they don't have a picture. Sometimes they will have a picture and a video. They have one specific message. Okay, so the landing pages, it all depends on what you're trying to do. I have landing pages depending on the products that I want to sell. Every time I have a new product, or even like what you guys registered today, that's a landing page. You went there, you gave me your email address, and you signed up to be able to be here today. If you're doing that, otherwise maybe you're watching the replay. So you see what I'm saying? So it all depends of what you're trying to accomplish. Since you asked for an example, I'm gonna show you one right now that is a sales landing page, okay? And when you get there, you know that you're about to buy something, okay? Because, let me know when you guys see it, okay? Has a picture, lets you know what it's about. I have some words, and you know that I'm big on bolding. That's my biggest thing with copy, because it makes you do this with your eyes. Ping pong. And when you play ping pong, you don't stop reading. That tip is free. You don't even have to pay me for that one. Then I even give you a bonus there. And then I let you know that this is the Pay What You Can program. And I want to give you another strategy. Again, you don't have to pay for this one, but this is Pay What You Can. But I have a strong suggestion, a couple strong suggestions. You can pay what you can, but if you pay $25, I wouldn't be mad. And then the next one is 50, the next one is 75, and then I go down. Okay, why do I do that? Because I want to make sure that I'm giving you some suggestions. But that's all you can do there. I'll let you know there's no refunds. Once you choose the option, you click there and you go to the next thing. All you can do here is buy. I'm not telling you that I wrote this many books, I spoke here, I preach over there. It's very simple, in and out. Okay, so that's one example. I have another page that is an opt-in page, a landing page that is for people that need to get my freebie, my where are you? Oh, here. I think this is it. Hold on one quick sec. Oh, this one right here. And it's actually a bit.ly link because I am obsessed with bit.ly because it works. So this other one is very specific. It's letting them know that I'm giving something away. And it's as simple as, this is a free service. Actually, yeah, I think you can do it free with MailChimp. This is a simple MailChimp page. Have a title. I have a cute picture, very simple. And I tell you what you're gonna get, okay? And all you can do here is give me your best email address, first name, last name, send it to me. That's it. You don't see my website. You don't see anything else. So it can be as simple as that. Let me know if that answered your question. Clint is back, so I'll continue to read the questions. Okay, this question is for you, Clint. Kat or Clint, I'll let you answer this one. Are there specific marketing approaches that you would recommend for certain types of businesses, coaching businesses versus a construction contractor business owners? If you could suggest any tips of marketing strategies that are better for a culinary business.
It mostly depends. It's not even so much about your business. It's about, one, where you're at in your business and how much cash or sweat equity you have the ability to support your marketing strategy. If you're a teacher, 2 kids, and you're trying to start your business, but you want to try to build a marketing strategy that's going to help build you up on Instagram, it's probably not going to work because you don't have the time for it that it's actually going to take to put inside of it. Paying somebody to be able to do it, it's not going to work because it's probably going to cost a lot of money if you don't have enough to get started to have someone that can really help you develop your content. Then especially if you don't have the photos and videos that it takes. So there's a lot of, it's really a part of where you're at inside your journey. Now, if you're a new and emerging entrepreneur, then you should be thinking about direct response marketing strategies. But direct response marketing only really works if you have certain marketing principles that are fundamental. What's your target market segment? Then you want to know what's your ideal customer look like, right? Then you want to know how they think, what they call the psychographics. Not just where they stay, how many children they have, or even how much money they make, which is really firmographics, something getting sidetracked, not sidetracked, but it's just something different. You know those things, then you, and probably only then, can you really start to establish an effective marketing strategy. Me and Kat has been working together for almost 2 years, and we've had to change our strategies and our audiences and our messaging throughout the time based on the changing landscape. But we had to at times take a step back, take a couple months, you know what I mean, to really dive into the understanding of our client. Because if you don't know your client or your future client, who you want to service, it's going to be very difficult for you to adapt almost any effective marketing strategy, because your marketing strategy might be designed for people that's loving Facebook, but you're trying to post on LinkedIn. You want business professionals on Instagram because you're seeing that's what everybody else is doing. You trying to go to TikTok because it looks like what people are doing, but that's not where your client is at. And you don't know that, I'm not saying specifically you, and you don't know that because you don't know your client. A Cat, you can let them know it's going to be very difficult for you to get an effective marketing strategy to start getting like prices that Cat charges and stuff like that if you don't know the fundamentals of what your audience is. If you don't know what a customer avatar is, if you can't name 15 points on how your customer thinks, you know, what they look like, their name, if you don't know what market segmentation is, you know, if you don't know what your ideal customer is, who you're going to enjoy working with, right, you're not going to be able to develop an effective marketing strategy. I hope that made sense.
That makes a lot of sense. And it is so pivotal that you guys are ready to give people what they want and then step it up a notch. So this is another freebie real quick. So somebody reached out to me and they have worked with me before, and they sent me an email and say, hey, I want to work with you again. Do you have time? Do I have time to take your money? Clint, let me just think, how much time did I take thinking if I can take her money, you know? Do I have time to take her money, you know? I'm like, let me think about that for a New York second. And, but then, because I'm not thirsty and because, you know, I did not know how to do this before. Because I'm not thirsty, I thought about, how can I help her? Because when I worked with her before, it was years ago, I was doing, you can buy 2 sessions at a time, 2 90-minute sessions. But I realized with her and with other clients that I cannot help you if you only buy 2 sessions with me. So I'm thinking, she wants it. She knows my rates. She's paid it before. She's paid it again. So in a matter of moments, this is what I did. I said, awesome. Great to hear from you. She's also a woman of God. I said, my rates have gone up since we last worked together. However, I am choosing, I did not have to do this, y'all. I'm choosing to honor the rates that we used to have before. However, the way that I work with people has changed. You can now buy only 2 sessions. You have to buy 6. So let me know how you want to set up that payment. And you know what I do when I do that, right? Let me know how you want to set that up, okay? You can pay 2 at a time, and that will be set up automatically. Or if you choose, you can pay for all 6, and you will get an extra 90-minute session. I had no attachment to what she was gonna say. I want to help her. So she asked for something that she's happy for. It worked for her. She came back for more. But my job as a business owner is to say, how much can I help her? Within minutes, you all. She said, you know what works best for me is to pay for all of them. And immediately I was able to immediately send her a link so she can give me all my money. Now, I haven't done anything. This is how I work with people. I get paid and then you get on my calendar and then I deliver, but I get paid. Okay. Your girl's gonna get paid. Why? Because I have gotten burned before, and because I deserve it, because I'm really good at what I do, and that's how I do business. When you go to Market Basket, when you go to Stop and Shop, you don't take the groceries home, cook them, eat them, and they pay them. You pay them first, then you drive home, then you take them out of the car, bring them to your apartment, cook them, and then eat them. Is that helping anybody else? Okay, so you have to be strategic when it comes to how much you're charging, listening to what your customer or your ideal client wants, and then you have to think long term. So she came in for 2 sessions. I sold her 6, but she actually got 7. And now I got all of my money at once. So if something happens tomorrow, I got paid. Okay.
But the thing is you knew her as a customer. You have some people where I know we've talked that to almost shut the door on, because they want to come in, soak up all type of information, get the lowest, bargain budget, watch for years, don't actually buy anything. So by knowing your customer, you had an idea of the risk that you can take, which fueled your marketing strategy. Because you could have probably broke it in half and said 3 if you were skeptical or something like that.
But I gave it the option. I gave it the option of saying you can buy 2 at a time, but this time they will be set up automatically. I ain't gonna be chasing you for my money either. So I gave it that choice, but then I sweetened the pie, and I never thought about that before. If you pay for all of them, you will get an extra one, and for her, an extra night. So I knew that extra time with me was something valuable. So you need to know what your clients want from you.
Yeah, and that comes by knowing your client. And that's hopefully goes to answering the thing about marketing strategy is sometimes to move forward, we got to go back to the beginning. If we're getting to a place where we're experiencing stagnation in our growth, stagnation in our business, the income coming in, you already know you have a viable product. So chances are it's something in the beginning that has to be fixed. You have to, figure out how your customer think, or maybe sometimes we outgrow our customers. Also, I didn't forget, you got to know your value. But when you want to think about your marketing strategy, sometimes our customers change, our customer base, and then we got to get to know them again. So hopefully that answered that marketing strategy question. It's very difficult. And hopefully if everybody watched the replay, they can compound these different answers. Because what we're trying to do is break down something that's taken. I just, on my desk right now, I'm going to just show you, this is my current readings and stuff right now.
Yep.
The Personal MBA, Email Marketing Demystified, launched by Jeff Walker. Me and Kat have been through a couple of these together. The one-page marketing plan, social media marketing for people. That's just, so when these.
This week, that's just this week.
This is on my desk. This is not the stuff that's up here. This is the stuff, these were open. I don't know if you could see my desk when I moved, but these was like open, flipped, pages folded. And I'm supposed to know this stuff, so a lot of times we are conditioned to feel like, you know what, I'm going to watch this video. I'm not saying anyone here, and we want things that's going to help us be able to change our financial situation in a 3-minute soundbite.
Yep. Without investing.
And I just showed that stuff to say is that we're trying to break this down as easy as possible. The easiest way that I can say, Know your audience, know what you want, know your product. Then you start looking for strategies that's going to help you make more money. But as a new entrepreneur, you want to start learning how to direct response marketing. You got to be willing to put money behind your service or product if you really want to grow. And if you don't want to put wasted money behind it, you got to learn how to collect your data or pay a lot of money for somebody else to do it for you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So we have more questions. I'm gonna try to move a little faster, but what we also want to do, and I'm not rushing Clint or me, hopefully you know that this is something that is really valuable. We are gonna get to your questions. We are gonna give you the replay, but we're not giving you 5-second answers. Okay, we're giving you as thorough as possible answers, because like I said on the video earlier, I am disarming your excuses. That makes sense. So let me answer this real quick because it's such a good question. If I change the look of my logo, can it adversely hurt my brand? And I love show and tell, so let me just show you this with an example. Okay, let me just show you this real quick. This is my website. It hasn't been updated yet because I don't need my website to make money. That's not my top priority. But as you can see here, this is my logo, writing made simple, because it doesn't have to be hard. It has a writing plume because I'm a writer. And I just switched to, okay, I just switched to this logo right here. Let me know if you guys can see it. It's now Teach You Easy. It doesn't have to be hard. The other one was very feminine because I was targeting a feminine audience, and that's what I wanted to do. But it boxed me into just writing, and I am so much more than that. So actually not changing my logo was hurting my brand. So don't be afraid to rebrand. You don't know how many times Coca-Cola changed that little swoop to what the swoop that it is today. You don't know how many times. If you look through the years, you'll see the branding as a subtle red, subtle white, subtle different changes. So I went from, there's no purple anymore because my audience is not just female anymore. I do still have a script font because that is feminine. Hello, but I'm not alienating my male clients. And now it's so much simpler. Teach Your Easy. It doesn't have to be hard. So if your logo and your colors are no longer in alignment with where you want to go and what your business offers, girl, just switch that up as soon as you can. Don't even think about it. Okay, awesome. Thank you for coming in. I know that what happens with Zoom right now is that everybody and their brother is using Zoom. Literally everybody and their brother. So thank you for coming in. No worries. We know that it's a little glitchy, but it's really the best, one of the best platforms out there. So no worries. The pandemic has opened a door for me, and I need to change my target audience to get paid clients. The pay what you can is perfect for me because I don't want to miss the new target group opportunity. However, I know this can move to public speaking, group coaching when social distancing is over. Great question. I'll start it and then I'm gonna switch it over to Clint as well. My students, this is an amazing question. I just shared with them a resource that I found online, and you know, Clint knows I'm a repurposer. I find something and I'm gonna repurpose that bad boy like in no time. So I found that resource. I'll actually share with you later, Clint. I know that we'll just make something awesome with it. And it helps you create a temporary or a very specific ideal client. You can have many ideal clients. The client that I have for the Pay What You Can program is not the person that's gonna give me $1,500 because of my pretty curls, okay? I know that. So it's a whole different dream audience for me. So I created a brand new audience just for the Pay What You Can. So Aneta, you can easily create that program for the Pay What You Can. And then when you do the public speaking and the coaching, then you're charging the $250 an hour, $500 an hour, and you are serving the people, but you're serving the people at the level that they're at. That's something that I wish somebody shared with me or that I learned earlier, because I had the Cadillac well, I should say Mercedes-Benz. I had the Mercedes-Benz and I was talking to people that drive Kias. There's nothing wrong with a Kia, but I need to know that I'm talking to Kia people and give them Kia access. Okay. I was talking to people that drove Kias or wanted to buy a Kia and they wanted to have the Mercedes-Benz access. No, baby girl. No, sir, that's not the way it goes. If you want to pay $25, you get $25 worth of access. If you want to talk to me for 90 minutes, that's going to cost you $1,500 over a 6 sessions period. Does that make sense? So access costs more money. So you can charge more for the pandemic has opened a door for her. And she really wants to do, she has a new target. Her target has changed and she wants to do is perfect for pay what you can. But then she's kind of worried about what happens after we get out because she knows that this can move her into public speaking and group coaching later.
That's pretty simple. This is why you have to develop a strategy that aligns to that outcome that you want to achieve. For me, what's most important right now during this pandemic is not about how much money I can make off a client. Yeah, there you go. It's about how many new clients that I can get into my funnel system. Who can I establish myself as an authority in the thing that I'm talking about? I'm an information entrepreneur. And that's what I tell people to do is you don't have to have a physical product to do that. You just have to have enough valuable information to make money off of. People are making millions off of that. So I wouldn't worry about what you might lose as opposed to what you have to gain. And building that email list right now for me is very important. And this is why we're showing up more, at least I'm going to be showing up more online. Kat is always consistent. She got that energy, like that, but so I would think about that. What is the real strategy? What do you want to accomplish during this time? If you want to shift audiences, this is an opportune time to shift audience with your information and build a connection with them. Because once you build that connection where they know, like, love you, and then appreciate what you have done for them, you can move them through different markets. You can change services as long as they kind of align and provide value to your customer.
Absolutely. That's awesome. So we continue to answer questions. Please post your questions or say, I have a question and we'll get to you. I just keep reading the questions because they're amazing. And maybe you are getting your answers by other people asking. So that's perfectly fine. We'll stay on for a little while longer. I clear my afternoon for this. Clint, if you need to go, I'll totally understand.
You ain't gonna be able to go like that when you come on mine. So I'm not.
See, this is like a what they call quid pro quo. Yeah. Like he does it for me, I'll do it for him, and I'll be happy to. To. I was showing this. I actually have taught my students this already. I have a whole training on value ladder. I call it something else, but look how he starts at free and then he is up at $100,000. That is his whole lifetime. And look how he goes up. It just starts here and it just goes boop, 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 all the way up. So this is the perfect way of knowing what you want to do with your client. You know where they are. Most of the time you want to start with free because they don't know you. Like, I hate it when somebody knows, because with targeting and Facebook ads, they know that you don't know them. And they try to sell me something for $1,000. I might like what they're saying, but dude, I don't know you. Why am I going to give you $1,000 if I don't know you from Adam? But if you do a video, and another way that people do that really bugs me is they offer me something free and it's so bad that I wouldn't even take it for free. Like, the name is good. It looks really good. And then when I download it or I watch the video, it's a sales pitch. It has no value whatsoever. And now the likability that we had for a moment, and now it turns into bad will, and now I will never ever buy anything from them. So you need to know that yes, you have to charge, but there's also something about letting people know you have the goods, being an expert, and you have to show them. How many of you have changed your view regarding me or Clint? Like, I don't know how many of you knew him before. Yeah, Kiki does, but people are praying for you. They're saying, this has blessed me. Thank you. This is creating goodwill. So when you see, and he's going to drop his link in a little bit for his marketing program. And I encourage you all to do the pay what you can.
One thing about business, it rarely grows. Business is not growing without money. I don't care how much sweat equity you put inside of it. You might be able to bring you in some money, but it's the day you don't show up, you won't have a business for a long time. If you want to really grow, you got to be willing to invest inside of it. And so that's a personal development tip. Really, my passion is personal development. Because I've learned it really doesn't matter. Kat, you probably can attest to this. It doesn't matter how good the business plan, how much strategy we give you, how much information we give. If you don't know how to become the person for that strategy or plan, it's probably not going to work for you.
It's not going to work.
So.
Let me read this question because I think you're really qualified to answer this since you have a nonprofit. Lillian asks, some other business owners in my field suggest that I do pro bono, and she's a chef. But others suggest that if I do that, then it can adversely affect my brand and label me as a cheap persona chef. What do you think? I'm praying for you and Clint. You all rock. God bless you in every area of your life. This is from my heart. People don't know what you're doing. Awesome. Thank you, Lillian.
That's not true. It's really the strategy you have behind it. If you go into just doing a thing for the doing the thing, then you leave results to random chance. But if you have a specific strategy on the place that you decide to do this for, and now when you have that strategy, you're also going to come up with a pitch. Hey, look, I'm normally booked, but I really love what you got going on. And they're like, yeah, we're going to be able to help you get to know, spread your brand. Look, no, I don't really need that. I'm good on that. I just want to help because I want to do this and stuff like that. If you decide down the line that you want to do something, then we can talk about it. That's the thing that you want to do. It won't hurt your brand. Listen, if you're doing something for the homeless, but you're bringing your best things, best pots, prime, great food, and you're out there, and I'm a marketer, somehow you have somebody that's recording it and post it, you know what I mean, about what you've done. And then you deny it. I'm not a hero. You know how they do. I'm not a hero. I'm just doing what everybody else does. But you blow up. It's how you frame it, Listen, even when I show up to help people that can't afford me, I do my best because it's not about who I'm serving. This is who I am as a brand. So you can bet dollars to donuts. When I have my top paying VIP clients have me come in, they know hands down that I'm not going to just show up, I'm going to show out.
Yep.
Now, how, if you say that, is that going to hurt you going to these places? Now, but it's how you position yourself. It's really about positioning. Doing stuff for free can't hurt you. Doing something because you love doing it can't hurt you unless you're doing it without a strategy. And then you're going to be stuck. So no, I don't say that. And another thing too is, if you don't exactly have money coming in doing the thing that you're doing like you want, how do you get better without practice? So sometimes, I'll do a video here and there. I'll do a photography shoot because I see the potential value in connecting with this person. They know by watching me, hands down, I don't need to do that because I'm going to be okay. So no, hopefully that answered your question. And I will also say is, it's a faith-based community. If you've prayed about it and you've got an answer, just second guessing that answer, your business is probably not where a lot of the problem is also at the same time.
That's good. That's good right there. That's good, Reverend. That's good. That's really good stuff.
So,
I would say thank you guys so much for your questions. Thank you for your prayers and blessings for Clint and I. He's a really good friend. He's a really good person to know. I posted his pay what you can marketing program. This is me passing the offering plate. If you've been blessed and you believe that he has added value, I would appreciate if you guys support him. The program is
Thank you,
good.
Kat, because you know I wasn't going to do that, right?
I know, but hey, it's a pay what you can
I'm not
for
the
now.
link typer in our guy a lot.
No,
Sometimes.
and you know me, I'm the link queen. So of course I'm
Boom.
gonna put the link on there. I also believe that you should join his Facebook group. It is
Our
amazing.
Facebook group.
I put our Facebook group. I posted. I am active there as well. We are gonna be doing trainings there, so wait for that. But please, it's one thing to take a lot of free stuff, but there's a blessing when you support the people that support you. So I would consider that a personal favor if you guys bless him with something for that program. And I know you need it. Based on what he talked about today, and seeing your comments and some of your faces, I realized that you guys need that program. And literally, it's pay what you can, but be generous. If you can, be generous, because he comes right back. I promise you that he does.
And if they do, leave a review, because that's I hate to say more important, because I'm not downplaying money or income, but I've helped other people create courses and things like that, and now I'm actually just more moving into the realm of creating more of my own, and social proofing is very big.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing that he mentioned that he talked briefly about is, if you, and this is how I wrote my first book, by the way, if you don't know how to do something, who can you bless that knows how to do it? Sometimes we don't realize that people are more open to help you than you think, but don't go up with your hand up. Go up with your sleeves pulled up and be like, how do I help you? That's how I met my spiritual mother. And I helped her with her book first.
Always lead, this is for me best practices. Always lead what I say in business with your money first. Kat helps me all the time. And we do it because we help each other, but I'll still go like, boom, 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 ching, ching, cash app sound. Because I appreciate her.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, always listen, business 101. If you are not willing to invest money into your business growth, please do not expect money back in return. You know, you can get some thumbs up, hand claps, praise gods, attaboys. You'll get those things. But if you can look, you're not going to get what you're not willing to be.
Absolutely.
If you want happiness, if you want to invite someone in your life to help support your happiness, it's going to be very difficult to do it if you're not happy already. So I'm just only saying like attracts like. You know, hopefully that's a pro tip right there. You have to be willing.
You have to be willing and ask the question. Ask the question, like, I am planning to go to Haiti this summer. I am talking to people, everybody I meet, and I'm not going out anymore, so I'm going out virtually. So when I go to Facebook groups, whoever I meet, I'm dropping that. Because the first time I spoke on TEDx was because I met the perfect person at the right time. He happened to be a TEDx coach. He knew the entire process. I gave him 5 minutes of my time. And within a few days of meeting him, we of course exchanged information, because you know, my mama raised no dummy. And within a few days, he sent me an email saying, hey, I just got into this TEDx program. They just told me that they're looking for diverse women. Can you put together a video by Friday? And it was like a Tuesday or a Wednesday, so you can apply and I'll vouch for you. Okay, I just met that person, and all I did was I told him my plan that in 2016 I wanted to speak on TEDx. I met him in October. I applied in October. By Christmas week, I kid you not, by Christmas week, I had already applied and being accepted to speak the following February. What did I do? I was human. I had a conversation. I was vulnerable. I opened my mouth and I received. Literally, ask and you shall receive. Okay. I think we have one final question, and then I'm going to let people raise their hand and ask the question.
Yeah. We'll do a rapid fire round.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Quick
Okay.
answers.
What tools do you suggest that I use to gather the email address is needed to build up my target base? I saw someone post a question about funnels. I'm lost. What's that? I'm so amazed.
Well, what tools do you have now? If you don't know, chances are you need to start at the basic, which is probably a MailChimp or Get
Constant
Response
content.
or
Yep.
something like
Maybe,
that.
maybe probably constant content. So I would
Constant
say,
Contact.
I would say those,
How's my audio?
the audio is good. The audio is good.
You can
So I
also
would
use
say,
a scheduling app like Acuity. So when people connect with you, that automatically collects your email addresses. So when somebody connects with you and they potentially want to do a consultation or something like that, that automatically. So sometimes in the beginning of our business, we're going to have to use some sweat equity, so you're going to have to manually move them over, but like a constant contact, what you said, where you can create a simple, constant contact has simple landing pages, right?
I don't know because I haven't used it in forever, but I know MailChimp does. I still use those landing pages because I can get a landing page up in under 5 minutes.
Yeah, MailChimp.
Yeah, MailChimp is good. I'm getting you guys the links because I don't want you to be distracted. When you get the replay, you will also get
Somebody said, wait, slow down, MailChimp. I don't know if they was like.
I actually just check the chat in a second. I'm getting you that right now. So there's MailChimp, Constant Content, and Clint just mentioned Acuity, which I love. Those are there now. I'll type Get Response. I think Get Response is not for beginners.
Okay. All right.
But I'll put it up there.
I use Entreport, so it's kind of
yeah, Get Response.
robust.
There's also what's the other one that I really like, but that also not for beginners. What's the other one that I liked?
Active Campaign.
Active Campaign also, that will be for next level for sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I would not get started with that. You're welcome. Is
Google
this
Forms. Yeah, Google Forms will work. It's just manual. Huh?
Is this man your cousin or your twin? You're talking all the way live, same language. Who trained you?
Somebody say what?
That's too funny. Well, yeah, he's my brother from another mother. And we read many of the same books. We follow most of the same people. And we share a lot of information. Like this was a divine connection. I don't know if you want to share that, but it was.
Kat was the main catalyst, man. Kat told me, and I think this is the only time you've ever done that with me. And when we first started talking, because you was critiquing me on the length of one of my
your links or something,
links,
yeah.
and I was like, I got it designed that way, right?
Yep.
So, but you had told me, you said, hey, I don't prophesize to people often, even though I have that gift. She says, but this is something that I'm being called to tell you. And she asked my permission and stuff like that. So I said, yeah. And she said, you're going to start to do great things and really move up as soon as you move from the city that you're in right now. And you use the word, I'm a wordsmith. So words are very important to me. And she said, what was the word you said? It's
eminent. I said
eminent. What? And I was like, whoa, eminent. 3 months later, I moved, and I'm here in Atlanta, and everything is multiplying, so that's kind of, how we started. And Kat is just, I could talk with Kat for 40 minutes, 30 minutes about an ebook. Hang up, but by the time we get ready to hang up, say, do you got all the ideas that you need and everything? Like, oh, it's done. We just got to put copy to it or do whatever we have to do. So, but we learn a lot. We invest in each other. We share programs. But
we respect each other. I really appreciate that. Respect his family, what he's doing with his family. It's a really respectful.
She puts me in my place sometimes, and I don't have enough tact. I don't have enough tact sometimes. I'll just get up in the morning and be like, hey, can you do this?
And
She
I'm
was
like,
like,
good morning.
ain't
Good
no good
morning.
morning. You know, like she was like, hello, who is this? You know, I'd be like, but nah, no,
It's a
it's
good. I'm glad that we connected. I'm glad that you and your family are happy. I met his family, awesome people, like-minded. Listen, and I wouldn't even say this if I didn't believe it, but he connected with someone at his level. And yeah, there's love. Yes, there's family, but they do business together. Like,
yes,
I appreciate that so much. And I'm all about love. I'm a romantic, but
yeah, me too.
at this age, it's like, how are you gonna help me grow my business? Okay, that's it.
Do this purpose stuff, you know, because if there's no alignment there, at the end of the day, purpose is first.
Right.
But that's what it's about, though, is really understanding, you know, where you're at, and that's the beauty of having the right relationships. That's a bigger part of your business success.
And it's being smart enough to say, I don't know everything, and letting someone that I'm all, like I said earlier on the broadcast, I'm all about the shortcut. I'm all about the shortcut. Like, I know marketing. I was telling my Facebook ads coach, I have several coaches, and I said, you know how what they say, that the shoemaker kids go without shoes, right? So I can do marketing and Facebook ads for everybody. So I went to her and I said, hey, I'm about to do this. I'm a little stuck. I had no qualms saying I'm in my head. And within a few minutes, she started talking, and then she said, oh, why don't you go create a gift? I never created a gift before. I'm like, okay, you got it. She went on to coach somebody else and while she was in that call, by the time we finished the call, she was finishing up. And I said, oh, by the way, the gift is done. Never done it before. And she's like, girl, you're crazy. I tagged her on it in the private Facebook group. She looked at it and she said, awesome, I'm gonna use you as an example. What is that gonna do for me? I don't know. First of all, it pushed me to do the gift that I've been trying to do for the longest time. I did it. I can probably get better, but I did it. And now I'm gonna be exposed in a group of movers and shakers just because my coach told me to do something and I did it. So how you spending your time? I don't think you and I have ever wasted time talking
No,
about negative stuff. I don't have time for
no,
that. You don't have time for that.
no, can't afford it. Can't afford it.
No. You guys are very, very welcome. Wow, Jesus, that would be relational currency and collaborative measures. Thank you for your share.
Mhm.
And then somebody said, so it's true. You are pushing towards everyone that you care about. You better. I do not apologize about being, if I'm not invested in the relationship, especially if it's a business relationship, listen, I am about to be 44. That doesn't mean that I'm old, but that just means that's a real number. And I'm a grown woman and I have very specific goals and dreams. So if I feel that in the relationship, I'm giving more than I'm getting, I'm out. If I feel
Yes,
that I'm smarter than you, I'll tell you right now, I will not be friends with you. If every time I talk to you, you did not give me something that I did not know. I'm just telling
yes,
you, right? With people in the room, I would just be, I'm out, because I cannot be smarter. Oh, if I'm in a room, you know what they say? If you're in a room, and I love the mask, by the way. If you're in
yeah.
a
I
room,
just got these.
God,
They
oh,
look
those are
they
the,
look good. They're not the coffee ones. They're not the paper ones. But yeah, I just got
yeah,
these. Send them one
they
to my
look good.
mom.
If you're the smartest person in the room always, that's not
Drum
something to
roll.
brag about.
So
Just not a thing. So I don't know if there are any final questions. We've been here for a hot minute. We are glad to have done this. We might be doing this. I know that we're gonna do it in the Passion and Purpose group. You know how to join that. We gave you all the links. Because you register, we are gonna give you the link of this training, which it's like a marketing course in itself. If you did not get to answer your question, or if I missed it, raise your hand, type something in the chat. But I believe I I went through everything, but I'm not perfect. So let me know if I missed it, or if you have a final question for Clint or for me. While they get to that, do you have any final thoughts before we go, Clint?
do I?
Yeah.
No, I'll just say a lot of times when people are having problems with their business and bringing money in, is you don't know your customer well enough. And you don't know them well enough to communicate in a language that they understand so that you can be clear on what problem that you're solving. As entrepreneurs, at the root of it, we are problem solvers. You're not going to be able to sell a lot of things to people that you are not solving a problem. You have to figure out what that problem is and how to represent yourself in a way that they believe that you are the right person to solve that problem for them. If we don't get back to the basics on that, it doesn't matter. It's called what's your value to the marketplace. Inside the group, Passion, the Purpose of Prosperity, a lot of the things that I talked about now, if you guys join the group, you go inside the link where it says units, and you hit the drop-down box, there are 5 videos that kind of walk you through some of the beginning basics of what I'm talking about now to help you really start to be able to sell your stuff. There are people that sell scratching dandruff, popping pimples, pulling toenails, and make millions doing it because they know how they found a niche. They found a place where they can create value. Everybody outside of that niche might feel like that is crazy, but they're living large.
Yep.
That's the thing. Sometimes to move forward, we got to get back to the basics. Figure out who your customer is, figure out what voice that you need to speak to them in, and then how do you solve their problems. And that's about the best that I can say now.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So I have posted the links again to the Passion and Purpose to Prosperity group. And I also posted the link to his Marketing in 1 Hour course. It is really good. It will give you a lot of nuggets. And when you're listening and watching and doing the lessons, you are going to be able to get a better understanding. You'll get a better understanding of what some of the things that we were talking about. Thank you so much for your kind words. We so appreciate you. We invested in you. I hope you realize that. And that's our part, okay? That we're gonna get a reward from God, but now it's up to you to decide what you're gonna do with this. We are putting some things together. We are going to have a program together coming up soon. Stay connected with us. You're going to hear about it very soon, where you're going to be able to implement FAST fast. Okay. I don't do anything slow. I don't know how to do anything slow, but you know, the replay is your friend. So you'll be able to watch. If you're a fast-paced learner, you can implement quickly. If you're not, you can watch the videos, pause it, and implement. But we are using this reset button as an opportunity to help more people and to continue to build our recurring revenue businesses, period.
Predictable passive streams of income.
That's it. That is it. So we will be I will be sharing the replay as soon as Zoom send it to me. Please join the Facebook group. Go to Clint's course and be generous, because he definitely showed out in the group. The course, I went through it. It's really good. I wouldn't tell you if it wasn't. I'll just say nothing. Just the way that I am. So be generous. Use this time, guys. Please, whatever you do, don't let May or June, July, whenever we're going to get out of this thing, come and then you just go back like a zombie and go back to your little cell block, because that's what we call it. Go back to your cell block and act like nothing happened.
Don't be one of the people that didn't maximize this opportunity, because if you feel bad about it, there are other people that's going to be killing it. The difference is you just bring a positive energy to what you want to do. And that's what separates the good from the bad.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. Like I said, we will be connecting with you guys. Stay tuned. Check your email inbox for the replay. I will post it. It will be posted in both groups, right? Is that okay? If we post it in your group, in our group too, the other one, the replay.
Talking to me?
Yeah.
What did you say again?
Is it okay if we post it in both groups, the replay?
Yeah, you want to post a whole long one, or you're just going to post it on?
this is what I'm gonna do, because I love to leverage the expertise in the house. So I will make the video available to you and your team, and maybe you guys can split it up, maybe in sessions, and do the video thing that you know how to do so well that I can barely dabble in. How about that?
All right, yeah. So if you do that, send it over, and I'll probably it'll probably be tomorrow. But when I'll in bed and go through it and cut out the extra stuff, the times of me getting up, walking off, and everything like that, and then be able to put it out definitely that way.
Yeah, so Lillian had to step out. So it's gonna be in my group, promoting your expertise group, and then in also passion purpose to prosperity group. I just posted the link as well. So Clint is gonna do his video thing. I don't even attempt, because there's no need for me to do that when he's so good at it. So thank you guys so very much. We thank you. You know where to go. I shared the link several times. And in the meantime, remember to be great, remember to be bold, and we'll see you inside our Facebook groups, okay?
Okay. Bye. Are you staying on?